Yes, Candis, yeah. Hello, June. How are you? Yes, do you know, I think it was, I don't know, I think it's hay fever, if I'm completely honest with you. But I'm feeling all right. I'm just a little bit croaky still. I'm all right, though, and a bit sneezy. You know how it goes. I know. And do you know what? I think when you're coughing as well, you dehydrate yourself more. Yeah, it does. Yeah. I'm just an old-fashioned girl with an old-fashioned mind, not sophisticated. I'm the sweet and simple kind. I want an old-fashioned house with an old-fashioned fence and an old-fashioned millionaire. I'd like a plain, simple car, a long enough to put. Oh my gosh! I want an old-fashioned house with an old-fashioned fence and an old-fashioned millionaire. I'll stay weaving at my loom, feel no trouble to my room, if you'll keep the piles of money mountain. In our cottage there will be a soundproof nursery, not to wake a baby while I'm counting. I like the old-fashioned flowers, violets are for me. I've been made in diamonds by the man at Tiffany. I want an old-fashioned house with an old-fashioned fence and an old-fashioned millionaire. Okay. Oh, I hope you have a lovely time. So pure and genteel. Watch me in Las Vegas when I'm. Yeah, I expect you will be. I want an old-fashioned house with an old-fashioned fence and an old-fashioned millionaire. The chips are always big, though, aren't they? Birthday occurs. Apartments, buildings that are labeled hers and hers. I want an old-fashioned house with an old-fashioned. Oh, well, I hope you have a really, really wonderful time. I like Chopin and Bizet and the songs of yesterday, string quartets and Polynesian carols. But the music that excels is the sound of oil wells as they slurp, slurp, slurp into the barrels. Our little home will be quaint as an old parasol. And instead of I'll have money wall to wall. I want an old-fashioned house with an old-fashioned fence and an old-fashioned. Well, I really hope you have the absolute wonderful time. My song is about to end in a second, but I'm really glad that you're feeling better. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Jeffrey James of Greenwich was proud to sponsor.
Have a lovely evening.
Radio and enjoys fond memories of Arundel.
Thank you. Bye. Well, that was our 3 in a row. And the first one was Fred Astaire with Putting on the Ritz. The second one was Richard Himber and his Ritz-Carlton Orchestra with vocals by Stuart Al. Oh, we've had this before. Okay. His surname is spelled A-L. I can't say it properly. And the song is Just One of Those Things. And the third one was the song that apparently some people don't like, Eartha Kitt with Just an Old-Fashioned Girl. I always call it Old-Fashioned Millionaire, and it's not the right name. It's just an old-fashioned girl. So for those of you who I completely said the wrong name, I do apologize. I can't ever remember the name of the song, although it is one of my favorites. So I've had a bit of an issue with YouTube this morning. It's been fighting me. First of all, I couldn't get the microphone to pick up my sound. And then I got the microphone to work, but the camera wouldn't work. And then it wouldn't go live. So I had to completely end the YouTube live, kick everybody off of it, and start an entirely new one. And that's what I was fighting with. But anyway, then I had a lovely phone call from June, who hasn't been out of the house for 7 weeks because she's been really poorly with shingles, if we remember correctly. I've been keeping everybody updated. Junie's feeling a lot better, and she's being taken out for fish and chips later on, which is, I hope she has the best time ever. She was saying that there's another place that does cheesy chips, but she always has a fish cake at the fish and chip shop. I love a fish cake. That would be my choice, fish cake. And also June was saying that next time I'm live, she'd love to come to whatever it is that I'm doing. So June, we will make sure that we get you there. I promise, even if I have to go pick you up myself. Okay, everybody. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Ritz, because I did have a lot of requests for people to tell, for me to tell you all about the Ritz. I stayed at the Ritz. Gosh, when was it? Must be, tell you when it was. It was 2023. So a year and a bit ago now. Is that right? Yeah, it must be. On my birthday weekend. My birthday is the 29th of October. And funnily enough, Tony asked me this morning and he said, oh, I'm sure it's the same as Joe's. So I think I share my birthday with one of Tony's friends, which is cool. My birthday is the 29th of October. And my husband took me away to the Ritz a couple of years ago for the weekend. We stayed overnight and we stayed there. We had their high tea, which was amazing. I mean, obviously they're always going to be the best at that, aren't they? And then we went out for dinner at a restaurant locally, and we stayed in their beautiful room, which is probably bigger than my house. Their bathroom is so big, it had like 2 sinks in it. And then we had breakfast the next morning. And that's actually, I had beans on toast. I had beans on toast with cheese on top at the Ritz. But you have to. Even if you're at the Ritz, you have to go with the classics, right? So I wanted to tell you some facts about the Ritz. So there's going to be a lot of did you know coming up, okay? So did you know? No, I'm sure you did know this. So the Ritz in London is a 5-star luxury hotel. They're at 150 Piccadilly in London. I think we all knew that, didn't we? And famously, there's also a Ritz in Paris. The chain is actually called Ritz-Carlton, and it was started by Cesar Ritz, who was a Swiss hotelier. I read an entire documentary book on Cesar Ritz and his beginnings, where he came from. He actually started off very, very poor. And he was quite a small man, small in stature, small in height, and he had quite small feet. And he used to wear shoes that were too big for him because he wanted to appear bigger, which is quite funny. He also had a wife that was quite a bit younger than him, but they seemed to be very deeply in love. And it sounds like she kept him a bit grounded because I think he worked himself to death at that, basically. His motto was King of Hoteliers, Hotelier to Kings. And he absolutely was. He's basically been given the unofficial name of, what did they call him? He's been, I'll have to come across that note in a minute. I can't remember where I've written it down. There was a specific thing I wrote down, but so the Ritz in London was opened. Okay, hang on, let me tell you this. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to muddle my notes up. Let me do my notes in order. So his name is the origin of the word Ritzy, which I think we probably know. Of course, there's the songs Putting on the Ritz, which has been redone and redone and redone in about every single year and decade. It's a fantastic song. And the term Putting on the Ritz, or the name or the word Ritzy, that entire concept of something being ritzy, or, the Ritz, comes from his name, because he did such a fantastic job at making such a luxurious hotel and hotel chain that, of course, it landed itself in the Oxford English Dictionary. It's the only hotel to have its name in the Oxford English Dictionary, because it means a lot more than just the hotel, doesn't it? Cesar Ritz was born in February 23rd in 1850, and he died in 1918. The Ritz was actually only opened in London in 1906, I think it was. So he didn't actually, it was 1906. The groundbreaking Piccadilly Palace, as it is fondly referred to, was open. So he wasn't around for very long with it, actually. I think he ended up in I don't want to say mental institution because I don't think it was a mental institution. I think it was just like a home for people who had had a mental breakdown. He literally worked himself to the point of breaking. So he ended up back in Switzerland in a like a care home kind of thing, I guess you would call it. The Ritz was also the first hotel to allow women to come over unaccompanied by a male chaperone. Everywhere else they had to have a male chaperone, not in the Ritz. And all of the lighting in the Ritz is actually designed around the concept of women and them looking their best. So Cesar Ritz would get his wife to sit in various parts of the hotel, and then he'd design the lighting in order to make her, for example, in the place where you'd have breakfast, or the bar, which I think is called the Ravioli Bar. He designed the lighting to be really, really soft so that it made them look the most attractive, soft, feminine, that kind of lighting. And then the lighting by the mirrors in the ladies' rooms and in the bathrooms of the hotel and the suites would be around the mirrors, would be designed perfectly for the woman to be able to get their makeup exactly right and their hair exactly right. And I tell you what, that is something. When I'm doing my hair and makeup in a hotel, it always irritates me when the lighting is off center and you end up with shadows across your face, and then one cheek is brighter than the other cheek, or one eyebrow is higher, or whatever. So he did do a really good job with that, and more people should think about stuff like that in hotels, because it's actually genuinely a pet peeve of mine. Also, here we go. Cesar Ritz hated bland, open hotel lobbies, and he wanted to create a lavish arched gallery to run the length of the hotel, providing a splendid promenade for guests to look in and look at. And he did do that because, gosh, the hotel is beautiful. And you walk in and there's just gold leaf on everything. It's beyond stunning. You have never, ever, ever seen luxury and I don't know. It's just the most luxurious, beautiful building, I think, in London. The outside is beautiful, but inside it's just a whole other level. It really has earned. It deserves the reputation it's earned. Just put it that way. I'm going to play a request that we've had this morning. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the Ritz. I don't want to just keep babbling and babbling. I'll babble in between requests. So Chris from Bishop's Waltham, apologies I didn't answer the phone. First of all, I left the phone out in reception and Mark had to grab it for me. So Mark was my receptionist this morning for a short while. And also then I tried to answer the phone and I think the person couldn't hear me. So if that was you, it might have been June actually. If you couldn't hear me, I could hear you, but call back when there's a song playing. But this is for Chris in Bishop's Waltham, and he's requested this for Amanda. And this is the Kinks with Lola. Hi, everybody. YouTube's not playing games, is playing games. It's not playing the right game this morning. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I have no idea what's going on this morning. She walked up to me and she asked me to dance. I asked her her name and what she said hello. Good morning, Asia Radio. Candis speaking. Yes, what would you like? Okay. Dennis, I'm going to choose that by. Okay, Bruce McCooney. Sorry, Jimmy Boyd, did you say? Okay. And this is Eric, isn't it? Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Bye. Yeah, you can see me and hear me. Good morning, Jason. Good morning, Reg. Right, YouTube's really been playing up this morning. That was the Kinks with Lola, and that was requested by Chris in Bishop's Waltham for his lovely girlfriend, Amanda. I always hope Amanda's listening whenever I play these songs for her. She must feel very special. I really like that. I like it when partners make each other feel super special. So like I said, YouTube has really been playing up and giving me pains in the neck this morning. I do have some people on. I've had to start a whole new live stream. Everything wouldn't work. Anyway, hopefully it's working now. I've got people actually commenting. I've got people making requests. So hopefully you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. I know you can hear me on the radio. I was telling you all about the Ritz. Where did we get to? Oh, yes, I was moaning about how other hotels don't have the right lighting. I believe the Ritz Hotel was the first or one of the first hotels to be electrified in London, actually. Now, I could be wrong there. Never, ever close off to the idea of being wrong about something. Pretty certain, though. What else about... Oh, did you know... in World War II, Churchill, Eisenhower, and this gentleman whose name I'm just going to struggle to pronounce, Charles de Gaulle, met for a summit meeting in the Marie Antoinette suite. The Marie Antoinette suite, I'm not sure, I can't remember how it's decorated in a specific style, and it still holds that style today, but it's very beautiful. It's a very important piece. Obviously, here's an interesting piece of information as well. The Queen danced the conga through the Ritz in 1945 on Victory in Europe Day, so VE Day, with her sister Margaret, after slipping incognito into the crowd celebrating in London. I love that fact. I love the Queen. She's was fantastic. She really was fantastic. To be fair, I'm not opposed to Charles either. Kind of feel for him. I guess he's not going to get his particularly long reign, but I quite like him. He's a bit off-brand and slightly unusual, but I do like him. I like the whole royal family. Right, the Ritz also have their very own brand of champagne made specifically for the hotel by Barons de Rothschild, and we actually tried some of that champagne when we were there, and I tell you what, it's lovely. I can't exactly say I'm a connoisseur of champagne, but I do like it, and I think I can tell when it's a bit rubbish or not, and that was very, very nice. They also have lovely tea there, as you would expect, of course. I'm going to tell you all about my personal experience in a moment. I'm just going to give you one more fact, and then something I was asked about last week. The porters at the Ritz pride themselves on being able to fulfill any request, providing it's legal, of course. And they are absolutely fantastic there, actually. They really are nice there. Nothing is too much trouble. They make you feel so special. They make you feel like, oh, I don't know, when I arrived, I said to my husband, I have come home. I've found my mothership. I have arrived. So last week I was asked if Ritz crackers were like a connection to the Ritz. And I'll tell you what, they're not technically. So Ritz crackers were made in America in 1934. They were made to compete with very similar products. But actually, there's no genuine link to the Ritz-Carlton hotel chain, but they did hijack the name the Ritz, and they kind of piggybacked off of the idea that the Ritz is luxurious and the best of the best, you know, and they kind of piggybacked off that idea and just thought if we call our crackers the Ritz, people will think that it's linked, which people still think it's linked today. So it's got nothing to do with the actual hotel chain or the hotel itself, but they just sort of piggybacked off of the what's the word I'm looking for? Off of the reputation, shall I say, of it. So so let me see what this what somebody has Reg on YouTube has written. He says, "Good morning, another Friday, another lovely day in the south of England, and you have finally beaten down the technology." Reg, I tell you what, I did nearly beat it. I wanted to throw my laptop on the road at the front of the Angel Radio, but I thought I'd best not do that. I am a patient person, but when it comes to things that aren't doing just what they're supposed to do, they're just designed to do something and they don't do the most simple thing they're designed to do, it beyond infuriates me. So from that perspective, I'm not terribly patient. I'm going to play you another request we've had this morning. This is from Terry1 in Portsmouth, who has requested Johnny Sandon with Some Kind of Wonderful. Yes, Reg, I did finally beat down technology. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't know what's going on this morning. There's ghosts in it. And I've got requests coming out of my ears. And I forgot to bring the phone into the studio this morning. And I've got emails and okay. Oh, Drifter Dave has sent me a whole long email with information in it. Yes, the sound is working, the picture is working. It's all working today. I was showing you what I was wearing earlier. I wasn't sure if you could see. I said I've got all purple on. I've got all purple stuff. Purple. I haven't got purple shoes on. I haven't got purple jumper because I did think might be a bit much. But the other day I wore purple shoes, purple trousers, and a purple top with a purple jumper. And the lady I was having a meeting with, I said, "Oh, purple's my favorite color," and she said, "No, really?" And I did think, yeah, it's probably quite obvious. Right, here we go. What's Drifter Dave? Has he made a request? Bus stop. Oh. Prettiest star. That was Johnny Sandon with Some Kind of Wonderful, and that was requested by Terry1 in Portsmouth. Thank you, Terry. Well, Terry1 and Terry2 are both from Portsmouth, and I'm, of course, also from Portsmouth and from Selsey, and I was driving on the seafront this morning, and it was beautiful. I've had an email, which I'm going to read. Spencer the postman has sent me lots and lots of suns with sunglasses and suns. I appreciate that, Spencer. I hope it makes your job a lot nicer. I'm sure it does. Drifter Dave has said, "Hi, Candis. Great song. Thank you. Tomorrow I'm off showing my bus diorama at Fordington Bridge. Could you tell Mark nicely that they are not toys?" Mark, if you are listening, they are not toys. They are expensive models. Some are £60, over £60 each. Okie dokie. They aren't toys. I'm not sure I'd let my kids play with something that was over £60. Bus Stop by the Hollies, please. Of course I will. And I'll make sure I'm going to play it in a minute for you. Actually, I'm going to play it for you right now. Never, never, never O for emojis on emails. Love your program to bits. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. And he's even sent me a picture. Gosh, that's impressive. He sent me a picture of all of his buses. I understand. They're beautiful. That's very impressive. And I like, there's a radio in the background as well. That's really impressive. Thank you very, very much for that, Drifter Dave. I'm going to play your song for you right now, just so that we make sure we've got it this week. This is Hollies with Bus Stop for Drifter Dave. Right, okie dokie. Let's read all of these. Sound is working. Hi, love. Your knowledge on the Ritz Hotel. As a taxi driver, I pass the Ritz every day. Lovely lights in the building. You drive past the Ritz every day. That's cool. Have a lovely day. Yes, thank you. I'm going to read that comment out on next when the song's done. Could you play Tony's suggestion? Good morning, Tony, from last week of rum and Coca-Cola. Yes, I will. Yes. Let's find that for you. Do you know what? I wrote that one down, actually. Reg, you always pick things I've already got in my brain. Wilmot Houdini. So I really slept funny the night before last, and I feel like I need to, my neck doesn't turn properly. It turns that way. It's not turning that way. I need to, I need to be manipulated. Okie dokie. And then we'll do... We've got a bit of an unusual one here. I'm just going to write down my requests because I'll tell you what, they're all on us, right?
This is Candis. This is Margaret, who listens to us in France.
Lovely to meet you. How are you?
You sound great on the radio.
Oh, thank you.
It's just so professional.
Thank you. Oh gosh, thank you so much.
And she's also streaming
on there
it live
as well.
on YouTube.
You can say hello if you want to.
No. Hello.
Tony.
Hello.
Somebody said, hi, Tony.
Oh.
Reg says, hi, Tony. Could you play Tony's suggestion?
Hello, Reg.
That was for Drifter Dave. We finally got a song on the same day that he requested it. Go me! I'm getting better at this. That was Hollies with Bus Stop, and that was because he'd sent me a picture and told me all about his not toys collectibles of his bus diorama. And it's very impressive. I just met a lovely lady who's one of our listeners from France, and she's popped in, and I made her wave on YouTube, and she said I sounded very professional. And then Tony was saying hello to everybody as well. So for everybody on YouTube who randomly saw some people coming in, of course, you know Tony. The other lady is a listener from, she listens to us in France, and she said I was good. I love a compliment. I am not ashamed to admit that I love a compliment. I know people are like, oh, compliment, what's it? Flattery will get you nowhere. Flattery will get you everywhere with me. It will. Okie dokie. I have some requests. I'm trying to make sure I do them in order because they're coming through on email mostly, which is good because the phone was being a little bit unreliable this morning. I don't know if it's me or also I didn't take it into the studio first thing either. It's me. It's me. It's not the phone. It is me. So I tell you what, I have had a request for Chuck Willis with CC Rider, and that was from Jenny. Let me make sure I've got that 100% correct. Yes, Jenny. She said, "Good morning, Candis. Lovely morning," with a little sun emoji. And she said, "Please could I play CC Rider, Chuck Willis?" Here you go, Jenny. Oh, this sounds a little bit calypso-y as well.
See Rider, see what you have done. See Rider, see what you have done.
Carol, I will never find another you.
Well, I'm going away, baby, and I won't be back no more. Yeah, darling, going away, baby, won't be back no more.
Hello, Jason. I bet the Ritz porter recognized you as part of the Ritz family as soon as you approached the building. Well, we obviously were there with our fancy clothing, and I had a lovely blue dress on that my partner had bought me, my husband had bought me, and some high heels and everything. And as soon as we started walking across the road, he ran across the road and he grabbed our stuff for us. I got a picture with him. I can't remember his name. He was really nice, though. I got a picture with him. I have to find these pictures of me at the Ritz and put them on the Instagram. I put them on my Facebook as well. And also, I also had a tour. I'm going to tell everybody on the radio this again in a minute. You're going to have to hear this again. But we had a tour of the Ritz because I told the gentleman that I told one of the porters that I was reading, or I just read a book about Cesar Ritz, and I knew all the facts. So I wanted to have a look around. So he showed me all around the hotel, personalized tour, which was really cool. So yes, I did. I found my home. I love the Ritz. I wanted to go to the Ritz since I was a little girl. Oh. Right, let me get back onto... I think that's all my requests, actually. That was Chuck Willis with CC Rider. And I've completely forgotten who... Oh, yeah, that was Jenny requested that song. I was just telling everybody on the YouTube live that I have wanted to go to the Ritz since I was a little girl. I wanted to go there since I lived in South Africa. I always saw the Ritz and I always thought of it as just one of the, I don't know, like when you've been to the Ritz, you've peaked in life. And I felt like I had peaked in life. I remember crossing the road and the I guess you call them porters or the doormen were, hang on, I'm just going to smile for a picture. Tony's busy taking pictures with, I told you about the lovely listener that we've come in. She's come in to have a look around. So Tony's busy taking pictures of her in the studio. That's hence that me pausing for a picture. But basically, the doormen, they saw me from across the road and they like ran across the road to take my bags. And then when I got in there, I saw, I was speaking to one of the I don't know what if they all have different names or if they're just all called porters, but the gentleman on the desk, and I was telling him, his name is Nick, and I was telling him how I just finished reading a documentary book about autobiography, I guess is what they called, about Cesar Ritz, but he hadn't obviously written it himself. It was written about him and about how the Ritz chain got started. And he gave me a tour of the whole hotel. He took my husband and I into all the little places that you wouldn't necessarily see if you were just staying there, and obviously like showed us where they're doing the building works, because they were adding bits on. I think they're adding a spa, and he was talking about how like the original electrical fittings were still in place, and they have never closed a day, even in lockdown, and never technically closed because they had their members of staff there. It was open for them to stay in and work in. I've got a gentleman on my YouTube here who said he's a taxi driver in London, and he drives past the Ritz every day, and he thinks that the lights are beautiful. And his name is, hang on, let me find his name. What was it? Quam Tarrant in Bromley. So he says he loves the lights on the Ritz. I do as well. The whole building is beautiful. As soon as you see it, it's just so, what's the word? It's one of a kind. I mean, I realize there's Ritz all over the world, but I just think the Ritz in London is something special. It is the one I wanted to visit. It was bucket list, top of bucket list, and I ticked that one off. So, right, we've just had a very sunny song, and we're going to have another one. This was suggested last week by Tony and requested this week by Reg. It's Rum and Cola by Wilmot Houdini. Wilmoth? I don't know. Wilmot?
Trinidadian girls are very nice. They go out to picnics day and night.
I'm sorry, I'm getting loads of comments. Hi, we're listening while having tea break. Oh, hi, Duke. You're listening having a tea break. Good. CT, the Ritz. I put you in the mood for it. Oh, hi, David. First time you've seen me on YouTube. Oh, I'm glad, because this week YouTube has not behaved itself at all. Always got to make sure I put the fader down, because twice I didn't put the fader down and I was speaking over the songs. All of your purple clothes must be cute for... Yes, I'm going to wear all purple next week. I might wear a purple dress for you, Reg. I'm going to write that one down. Maybe we should do a purple show next week. So you guys get a dance show as well. I need to put songs up. I need to find Dennis the Menace is what I need to find. Jimmy Boyd. I like songs like this. I love songs like this, but I always worry if I start singing in the accent, it might be rude. Because I don't want to seem like I'm taking the mick, you know what I mean? Because I'm not. Coca-Cola.
Working for the Yankee dollar, money in the land, Yankee dollar. Friends, I know that I am right. Trinidad is a paradise. You always have plenty money to spend.
I think I've got hay fever at the moment. I keep coming with a really masculine voice and just really like manly. Do you know what I would like to do? I'd like to make a video for our YouTube channel of all of our listeners doing little clips saying why they love Angel Radio so much. I really want to do that. So I'm going to work on that. So whoever wants to be involved with that, send me an email. I'll write my email address down in a second. There you go. There you go. That was Rum and Coca-Cola by Wilmot Houdini. And that was suggested last week by Tony and requested this week by Reg on YouTube. I've had loads of lovely comments on the YouTube this morning, especially considering it started out as a giant flop. We saved it. So I've had Duke saying, "Hi, we're listening while having a cup of tea, or tea break, should I say, loving the show." And I said I've inspired Duke to have some tea because I was talking about tea at the Ritz. I've also got David who says, "Love the show. First time I've seen you on YouTube." Yay, I'm glad. I am glad because honestly, I really didn't think it was going to work this morning. I'd almost given up on it, but I didn't want to because I like doing it. I love doing the show in both ways because I love speaking to you guys, and it's so great when I have people speaking back. What else have we got? Oh, I was telling you guys about the Ritz. I'm not really sure what else to tell you. I'm kind of coming to the end of my show in about 10 minutes, so I'm going to play some more requests. We've had Dennis the Menace was requested by Eric in Haverfordwest, whose voice I recognise now. See? So I'm going to play, this is Jimmy Boyd and Rosemary Clooney with Dennis the Menace.
Dennis the Menace, he's a bundle of dynamite. All the things he says and the things he
I used to love the show when I was little. Dennis the Menace. When I was doing my live show, like the one in person on stage, first of all, I had a table on stage with a skirt on. It was a skirt that came past my knee, but it was a tight skirt. So I had to make sure I sat with my legs crossed because I didn't want anyone to see up my skirt. And also I had to make sure I didn't start singing and dancing to the songs because I didn't want people to think, like, she's crazy. Oh, see, Tony's so lovely. He put my Coke in the fridge for me and then he brought it to me when I needed a new one without even having to ask. He's so nice.
There is a shepherd's pie, homemade shepherd's pie, and 2 homemade corned beef hash in the fridge if you want them. They're made by one of our listeners.
Oh, wow, okay.
So you can have all 3 if you want.
Thanks. Yeah, I will take one, definitely. Thank you. Thanks. And I got food.
The shepherd's pie is about that big, and the hash, corned beef hash is...
Jason loves corned beef.
Loves corned beef. Those 2 there.
Thank you.
I'll leave you in the fridge for
Yeah,
you.
thank you, Tony. Oh, wow. One of our listeners made us some meals. We've got corned beef hash and shepherd's pie, but he made us some homemade meals, so they're in the fridge. So that's really nice. Oh, Tony's so sweet. He really is literally the best person in the world.
Dennis the Menace, he's a bundle of dynamite. All the things he says and the things he does will make you shake.
When I was doing my thing last Saturday, I
That sounds like Jimmy Boyd.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
He did stuff with Frankie Lane.
I thought you were going to say I couldn't play it.
No.
I panicked then. I was like, no.
He recorded with Frankie Lane.
Oh, okay. I don't even know who he is. Is it him? The little voice? Oh, okay. Did he play Dennis the Menace? Oh, I don't know either. Yes, it is him. And Rosemary Clooney.
Never heard this before.
I've only heard it because I used to watch the program when I was a kid. The little boy that's really naughty. That's the only reason I know the song. Yeah. That was Jimmy Boyd and Rosemary Clooney with Dennis the Menace. I used to love watching that program when I was a kid. Tony just popped his head in and said, "Oh, that sounds like Jimmy Boyd." And I said, "It is Jimmy Boyd." And I thought for a minute, oh my gosh, am I not supposed to be playing it? But it was fine. Panicked for no reason. Tony popped in a moment ago and told me two things. He brought me a cold Diet Coke from the fridge, because I always drink a Diet Coke when I'm doing my show. So earlier he put my Diet Coke in the fridge for me, and now he's just brought it out the fridge for me so that I could have a fresh Coke. He's so lovely. He also said one of our lovely listeners has made us some homemade meals. So there's some in the fridge. I must take one. And I'm going to take a, what did I say? Beef hash. Oh my gosh, I love that. I think that's just so nice. I'm surrounded by wonderful people. Angel is truly the nicest place on earth. And I love you all for being part of it. Okay, I had a request from Carol from Chipping Sodbury for me to play for her lovely husband or partner, Tony, who she loves very, very much. So she loves him to bits. Originally, she requested a song that was unfortunately out of our time frame. And then I got an email back from her and it said, I will never find another you. And at first I was slightly confused because all the email said was, I will never find another you. And I thought, oh, bless Carol, that's so sweet. Dear old Carol, you're right, you will never find another me. And then I realized, no, man, Candis, she is requesting another song. She's not sending you compliments. Anyway, Carol, I wasn't sure if you meant I Will Never Find Another You by Dolly Parton, which I couldn't actually find in our time frame again. But what I do have is Billy Fury with I'd Never Find Another You. And I'm going to play you this one. Please let me know if it's acceptable or if you'd like something different. This is Billy Fury with I'd Never Find Another You. This is for Tony from Carol, and she loves you to bits. I've written down, Reg, I've written that down. Oh, and do you probably just heard the conversation about the food? Oh, did I tell you? I can't even remember what I've said. Last Saturday, I was telling everybody how much I love Tony to pieces and how lucky I am that I work with him and how lucky I am that I met him. And he's just the most wonderful man. And it isn't just me saying that, really, truly. I think that everybody at Angel is so lovely. And truly, I found my home here. And even though I'm way out of what should be classified as the generation for Angel, I'm not sure it stops at an age. Love supersedes ages, doesn't it? And all my favorite friends are here. I've got my husband, and then I've got Angel, and I'm full of love. All of you are going to be going. Whoa. This afternoon I will be taking my daughter out, my youngest daughter. We are going to be going on these inflatable slide things. Well, she will be going, I will be watching. She really wants me to go. Last year we went and I wasn't allowed to go on it, sadly. I'd really break my leg if I went on it. You just see me going, I nearly swore then, head over tail. You know the version of that saying I was going to say. I nearly went head over tail last year. I would have gone head over tail if I'd gone on them. I'm reasonably elegant, but I can be quite clumsy. So, I think we're only going to have time for one more request. Oh, we've only got one more request left. Oh no, we don't. We've got two requests left. I know that only be a second best for me. I'd never find another you. I'd never find another you. That was I'd Never Find Another You. I sounded very quiet and demure then. That was I'd Never Find Another You, and that was by Billy Fury. That was requested by Carol for Tony, and she has said that's the perfect one. Lovely show. And she said that she loves Tony to bits. I've written a request down here. Oh, here we go. Mark from Littlehampton has requested 96 Tears by the Mysterians from 1967. And then we've only got one request left over, and I'm not going to have time to play it. And it was Spencer the Postman's request. I so nearly got all my requests done. I don't actually 100% know if this is... Oh, it's not even in our time frame. Gosh, it's out of our time frame by 3 months. Okay, so I have no requests left. Oh, I like this song. I need to clean the car today. Or I need to take the car to be cleaned. I'm going to take it through the drive-through in Havant, hopefully. This morning, I dropped my husband off at work and I dropped my daughter off with him. So I've got to go pick her up in a minute. She's sitting very nicely in the pharmacy with him. She's a very good girl. She always sits there and just behaves herself, lets us work. I brought her to the studio before, actually, and she sat at the back and all the receptionists just kept trying to feed her chocolate. But I need to take my car through the car wash, but I'd left my card behind and no one takes cash anymore. It's so frustrating. No one takes cash anymore. So I drove home. You kind of drive past my house on the way. My Angel's here and his work's there. So I kind of did this. But I had to pick up my laptop charger as well. Thank goodness I picked it up. So it felt like YouTube was a bit cursed this morning because I left my laptop charger behind as well. But I got it, and then I went and got my purse. So I'm going to have to take my car through the drive-through because it's covered in dust. I don't know why. It's like really filthy. And then I'm going to go on those inflatables. So wish me luck. I've already got a crick in my neck. I might be... next time you see me, I might be in a neck brace. Just like... Oh. I think next week we should do a colour show. That was the Mysterians with 96 Tears from 1967. And that was requested. Oh my gosh, who did I say that was requested by? Oh, Mark. That was it. Mark in Littlehampton requested that. I have my only request I had left over was for Spencer the Postman, who requested David Bowie with Prettiest Star. And I'm really sorry, but that's actually 3 months out of our time frame. That's from March 1970. So Spencer, think of another song and I'll play it for you next week. I'm not going to have time for any more requests this week. I've had a lovely time. I have been singing and dancing to everybody on YouTube, telling them about my day's plans. I've had a wonderful time reminiscing about my stay at the Ritz. And I've had a suggestion for next week. So I was telling everybody on YouTube about the fact that I love the colour purple and I dress in purple very often. So I think next week I'm going to start the show off with the Purple People Eater, and then we'll go from there. We're going to have a colour-themed show. So think of your colour songs, okay? Don't forget to check us out on Instagram, which is, let me try that again. Instagram, which is Angel Vintage, and YouTube is also Angel Vintage. They both have lots of pictures and videos about what is going on at the studio and all of our lovely volunteers. I need to do a bit more filming actually because I want to do another video with Tony and we can tell you all about how Angel came to be. So definitely check those out. Thank you guys so much for listening. Always appreciate you. And I've had a lovely time and have a great weekend. I will see you I will speak to you next Friday. Bye. Oh, before we go, here's Herb Alpert with Tijuana Brass and the Casino Royale. This is my theme tune. I know I say that every week, but it is. It is my theme tune. I have to pay attention because I've got to fade it and I always forget. I get carried away dancing. Done it.
Was sponsored by Michael in the
Did it.
County of Candis in Scotland and is helping to keep the chat and music flowing on Angel Radio.
Angel Radio Music.
Perfect. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for sticking by me through the YouTube not behaving itself. And hopefully next week it'll run a little bit smoothly, more smoothly than that. I'm going to go home. I'm going to clean my car. I'm going to go on the inflatables, and I'll see you next week with my neck brace. Enjoy your tea break, Duke, and drive safely through London. I can't remember your name. Quam, drive safely, please. Reg, David, everybody, Jason, thank you for joining me. I all really appreciate it, guys. I'll see you later.
483 374.
SH Young and Sons, a local community.